Hello and welcome to my channel Inspo Vibes with SK. Thank you for all your likes, your shares and your subscribe. I am loving the comments and I'm loving the interaction with all of you as you watch my videos and share your experiences and your thoughts. Keep it coming. So, what are we going to talk about today? Today we are going to talk about that most special gift that human beings have got, and that is the gift of communication. So, how does one communicate effectively, and what is this effective communication? So, let me start by saying communication often misunderstood as being very good in language. That means most of us think communication has to do with words. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how communication is not only about words, and rather words are a very small percentage in the total 100% that constitutes effective communication. Right? So let's start by one visual. Okay? Now imagine you have a pet dog or a pet cat or whatever is your favorite pet. Now when you are petting your pet animal, okay, you are caressing the animal and the animal is looking at you with that love and that affection, and there is a bond between the two of you. Okay, you can see the adoration in the eyes of that dog, and the dog can sense in your touch the care and love that you are trying to say. So communication is happening, but is there a single word being exchanged? No. It's about the emotion, it's about the feeling, it's about what in Hindi a beautiful word we call ये एहसास की बात है. उस जानवर को वो एहसास हो रहा है कि हम उसे प्यार करते हैं, और हमें उसकी आँखों से वो एहसास हो रहा है कि उसे हमारा ये छूना पसंद है. Now picture another thing. Many of you would have seen that movie Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, ZNMD, one of my favorite films, and I could watch it again and again n number of times. Do you remember that scene where Hrithik Roshan goes for a deep sea diving and then he comes out onto the boat, and when he is sitting there on the boat and recalling what he saw, he's got tears rolling down his cheeks. So when he was underwater and he was seeing the life in the ocean, none of those fish or the corals or any of those sea living things spoke to him. He didn't utter a single word, yet that experience moved him so much, connected him so strongly to that he had tears of that pure bliss. Not a single word was exchanged, but communication happened. He was able to communicate to that undersea life, and he was so overcome with that communication that he was crying. Now see another example. A newborn baby. Newborn baby doesn't know any language whatsoever, right? But whenever the baby is crying and the mother will pick up the baby, immediately it senses the safety and the care and the warmth in the touch of the mother. And when the mother starts to make all unmeaningful, nonsensical cooing sounds, though they are not words, they are just sounds, but they soothe the baby and the baby stops crying. So yet another example where no words are exchanged, some sounds and some touch, but communication has happened and the baby knows, I'm in my mother's arms, I'm safe, and so the baby stops crying. Therefore, what I am trying to say is communication is not about words only. Therefore, if someone says, I don't know how to speak very well, therefore I'm poor in communication, I would say, my friend, correct yourself. And there is good news for you, because communication is not all about words or only about words. So what exactly it is? So communication is essentially, why do we communicate? We communicate our thoughts. We want to communicate our intention. We want to communicate our feelings to someone outside of us. So any words that we use, if those words are not backed by that emotion, अगर उन शब्दों के पीछे हमारे इरादे और हमारी भावना नहीं है, तो वो खोखले शब्द हो जाएंगे. They would be hollow words, and then they will not communicate the right intent. Therefore, the person receiving that communication or listening to those words is very likely not going to trust those words, right? So communication is all about trying to express our thoughts and our intentions and our emotions. So that's communication. Now, how does one do it? Understanding that effective communication has three important elements to it. Number one is your non-verbal gestures, that's your facial expressions, what you show in your eyes, your body language, the way you sit, the way you are either bending forward or you have your arms crossed across your chest. Are you making eye contact with the person? Are your facial expressions reflecting what your words are saying? And there was a study conducted a long time ago which says in any communication, this body language and this non-verbal gestures and communication forms almost 56% of the communication. Then the second largest piece is the tone and the pitch and the volume. Whenever you're extremely passionate about something, you notice that your voice comes out in that tone and pitch. When you are angry, why is your tone and pitch higher? When you are very moved by something, your volume, tone and pitch is either very low or sometimes you don't speak at all. So the second element, which is about 30%, 32%, is your tone, pitch and volume. It conveys to the sender the emotion or the passion, the conviction, जो आपका यकीन है उन शब्दों के पीछे, वो उस tone, pitch और volume से communicate होता है. And last 7% of that communication is through the actual words that you use to express yourself. यानी कि हमारे शब्द केवल 7% ही उस पूरी कम्युनिकेशन में कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं. So, my friends, just do not get bogged down by saying, I don't know the language, I don't know flowery words, therefore I'm poor at expressing myself. No. If you focus on your non-verbal communication, make eye contact with the person whenever you are speaking. And why is that eye contact important? Let me ask you. It's because they consider the eyes to be the doorway to one's soul. They are also a peep into what's going on in your mind. They tell the person how genuine are your words. Right? So making eye contact, giving your body the right kind of expression and having the right kind of tone, pitch, which is in resonance with the emotion that is being conveyed, and then lastly the words. Even if your words are very simple, sometimes you may fumble, but if your body language and your tone and pitch is correct, the chances are more likely than not you will end up sending the right message to the intended person. So दोस्तों, अगर आपको ये लगता है कि आपको अंग्रेज़ी नहीं आती या आपको कोई एक भाषा अच्छे से नहीं आती, इसीलिए आपकी कम्युनिकेशन कमज़ोर है, तो ये गलत फहमी है. अपने बॉडी लैंग्वेज, अपने वॉल्यूम, टोन और पिच पे अगर आप ध्यान दें और आपके इमोशन उन शब्दों के पीछे दूसरे तक पहुंच जाए और उसे ये यकीन हो कि जो आप कह रहे हैं वही आप मीन कर रहे हैं, which means you mean what you say. If the person understands that, communication has been effective. 1,000 words cannot convey what one look can convey. 1,000 words cannot paint a story that one picture can. Why do you think most people, when they want to say something on something like a Insta or a Snapchat or even Facebook, mostly end up posting a picture? Because pictures say it all. You don't need to use words, so you don't need to get bogged down about the right grammar and the right language. And most importantly, if the intent is not there to back up those words, no matter how flowery your words, they are not going to communicate effectively to the other person. अगर मुझे कोई कहे कि मैं ये नौकरी बहुत दिल लगा के करूँगा, मुझे ये नौकरी की सख्त ज़रूरत है, I am the best candidate for A, B, C, D, E reasons, but in the body language, I am getting the sense that the person is not to be trusted, the person is very shifty, looks a little wishy-washy, and the person is not making eye contact with me, is looking either at the ceiling or looking left and right, I will get the impression ये जो कह रहा है ये इसको मीन नहीं करता, यानी he does not mean what he say. So to me, the meaning in a communication is more important than the actual words. So in summary, communication effectively is all about body language, it's about your expression, it's about conveying your thought or your intent or your feelings, and words are the smallest piece of this communication. So most intense emotions, most emotional moments in your life are those where there are no words. It's only the heart-to-heart connect or the feeling. Therefore, focus on the emotion, focus on conveying the feeling or the genuineness of your words. Believe me, the quality of your words, the floweriness or the complex words will not matter. Right? So communication is not just about words, and that was the message that I wanted to give all of you today. So go ahead and make sure the next time you communicate, use the right tone, use the right pitch, the right volume, make eye contact, have the right body language, and then it doesn't matter if you are a little weak on words, because the other person would definitely get you what you want to say. So with that, we come to the end of today's talk. Keep watching, keep liking, keep sharing, and I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on this video. Until we meet again next Wednesday with yet another story, this is SK signing off. You take care, stay inspired, and keep watching Inspo Vibes with SK. Adios and bye bye.